We're all living the dream. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, we're in crypto. We got
And
these
sitting at home.
APIs. Yeah.
Yeah, we have amazing jobs.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I should give a plug to our recruiting page while we're talking about how amazing our job is. We've got jobs available. Yeah, before we get going, I may as well give a plug to those early supporters here. We've got amazing jobs available on our jobs page. We're interviewing for all different types of entry positions in moderation, community management across different regions. We've got some really interesting roles. I know marketing is expanding as well, so depending on your skill set, it's an opportunity to bridge over from your traditional jobs into potentially your dream jobs, where you're a digital nomad working in an industry you love, in a future industry. It's going to change the world. It's really exciting.
Yeah, you guys are hiring in the marketing team like crazy now, right?
Yeah, well, on the community team, we're hiring
Yeah.
big time. And then the marketing team is hiring also. And then BD, are you still hiring in BD?
I think we just reached a very good amount of people. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we onboarded in the last 3 months 4 new people. So I think
That's amazing. 4 strong teammates. They're good.
yeah.
It's fantastic. Let me just pull up the jobs page just so we can give a proper plug. Because I know that, like, recruiting even is hiring. We're looking for a recruiter, content writer. Like, we're hiring so much, we need to hire someone to help us hire. Head of content, technical projects manager for wallets. Yeah, the recruiter role is, and all these are 100% remote positions. I mean, these are incredible. Product manager for Paratimes, senior software engineers. This is incredible. What a time.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like for the engineering team, it's, like it's a permanent hire. So
Yeah,
anybody
these
who,
are all permanent
Yeah.
hires. Like, they're all permanent hires. They're incredible. None of them are part-time or seasonal, to my understanding.
yeah.
Like, these are all
Yeah,
permanent hires.
yeah, I mean, like, the engineering has like a permanent role open always. So it's like if you meet their criteria, you're always in, essentially.
Yeah, we always want superstar developers. That's true.
Yeah,
24/7 open door policy on talent.
that is true. That is true.
So, well, we should also give a few other plugs. I mean, before we get going, or we could just get going and talk about these things organically like we naturally do. We do have a bit of agenda today, which is nice. We've got a format. Yeah, we're evolving. Got a format now.
Yeah, we're like a caterpillar emerging from the cocoon.
A hungry caterpillar. I'll just stay in that form, just chomping away at leaves.
Nice.
Happy little life. But yes, we are evolving into a butterfly with a nice agenda. We've got a format, and this is exciting. We're doing our second AMA on voice, which I think, personally, I don't know about you, but these are my favorite because they're just so organic. We get to actually have community involvement at the end, have these guys come down on stage. I like it more.
Yeah, I have to be honest, I like it more as well. Like having that kind of two-way communication with folks in the community, that's so much nicer.
Absolutely. We did, was it last week with DAP Radar? That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was super interesting.
Yeah, but I love being with our community and seeing familiar faces. So, thanks for many of you that I recognize that have been in previous AMAs and just different supporting events. Appreciate it. Thank you. And hopefully today we can give you a little bit of information on where our network's going, some insights, some sneak peeks, and some opportunities to get involved, because we've got some hackathon announcements and different things going on that are really exciting for the developers. And we'll talk about, which platform we've chosen and how that's all going to go down. So, and then you'll have your opportunity to give us some live questions. Cool. So why don't we kick this off? We won't take for granted any of our new guests in here. We'll do some introductions. I'm John Poole. I'm the community lead for Oasis Protocol Foundation. I've been here since the very beginning of when we were starting off as Oasis Labs, and we've evolved time and time again to be at the forefront of this space in blockchain, the leading privacy blockchain in the industry, and it's exciting to move forward, talk about the various opportunities that we have right now. And joining me is Ekin, and I'll hand it over to you, Ekin.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, John. So yeah, I'm a member on the BD team, working on punter partnerships, integrations, growing the economy or ecosystem. Have been a bit less than John in the team, so it's about a year now. But super exciting. The team's awesome, and the community matches the team, to be honest. So really, really nice to see all the familiar faces and happy, exciting folks.
Yes, thank you very much, Ekin. I appreciate you very much. We do a lot of these talks together, and excitingly, you've been doing a few with some higher level YouTube guests and various engagements, and I hope soon that you're going to be doing some more of that stuff in conferences.
Yeah, perhaps there's some conference plans going on. I think. What do we have? If it's, I might do something, and I know like our team is gonna do. I mean, I think 5 to 10 speeches already is booked for this year, so it's looking pretty strong.
Yes, absolutely. That's really exciting. Well, I know Paris is coming up. I know Marvin's going to be at 3 in a short span of like a week. He's got 3 conferences in that region, so that's really exciting. I have a lot more attention, and conferences are picking back up.
Yeah, it's like getting back to the normality after the whole Corona thing.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I'm a little nervous, but it is what it is. We gotta try to live with it and have best practices and safe practices.
Yeah.
It's a little scary. But all right, well, why don't we dive in? We've got a format today. I'll share that with the community right now. We're going to talk about the Reddit treasure hunt, some community events going on, some really fun engagement. We're going to talk about Fountain Protocol, which is really exciting, our first native lending protocol. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We've got the hackathon that we're going to be discussing that we've organized with DevPost. And then we've got Yuzu Swap and our ambassador program, and then we'll get into some live questions. So let's start with the Reddit treasure hunt. Have you seen this amazing event, Ekin? Have you been to our Reddit and seen this amazing event?
I have seen some of the marketing materials around it. It seems extremely exciting.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's our sample to potentially a larger event, and for many of the community that recall when Cypher was named, we had this idea for a really cool, large event that might take years, stringing along these different cryptography puzzles and clues, and the Reddit digital treasure hunt is one of the ideas that we had to piece together this grand plan. And we wanted to test the waters to see if, first of all, the Reddit community appreciated something like this, and if we could do a digital treasure hunt that engaged the community, pushing the envelope on kind of what we thought was the norm for the industry. So really proud of the community team. Meredith worked really hard on this, and she put together a really cool treasure hunt. So we're dropping clues. The latest one confused some people. The first comment was hilarious. Like, are you sure this is weird? But in fact, no, that was intentional. So keep going with the treasure hunt clues. It's really fun. It's really exciting. Check it out. Reddit.com. Our subreddit is Oasis Labs, r/Oasis Labs. And check out, it's right at the top. Discover the secrets of Oasis, Reddit digital treasure hunt. Very cool.
Nice, good stuff. So it sounds like there's some mystery solving involved here.
There is mystery solving. It runs from March 7th to the 18th. It's our first ever digital treasure hunt. And as I mentioned, this is a test. So for you guys in here, please go over there, test it out. Let us know what you think. Give us some feedback if this is something that you see room for improvement. We'd love to see it, because this is just the beginning of many of these types of events that we're going to trickle into larger events. So that's really exciting. And subscribe. If you haven't been to our official Reddit or our sub, go over there, subscribe. This is going to be a place that we're putting a lot more attention into recently and for the remainder of the month. We're really going to try to focus on growing that community, because it's a fantastic organic way of engaging. And when we did our Reddit AMA, it was one of the funnest AMAs that we've ever done. So I'd love to see a little bit more attention to Reddit. And for those that aren't Redditors, I do encourage you to check it out. It's a fantastic site. Front page of the internet.
Yeah, I remember the Reddit AMA. That was an intense, wonderful event. We had so much engagement there. So many people from our community came.
Yeah, so many people from not only our community, but the Reddit community in general. Redditors are such strong supporters when they see organic, genuine posts. They really support it. And that's something that went really well. Our developers got involved. Like everyone on our team got involved. Our war room, that was like incredible how many individuals we had working on questions and answers, and it went all day. I mean, that was one of the top pinned posts for like 24 hours on our cryptocurrency, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But we need support from our community in our subreddit to have a stronger presence in Reddit, and that's something that we're going to be moving around each quarter, each month, actually, this whole year, trying to move our supporters around. We put a lot of attention into Discord earlier this year in December, at the tail end last year and the beginning of this year in January. But we're going to continue doing this, and I think as our community understands the different identities that are on each different platform, gives us an opportunity to kind of have fun with different sides of our personality. And you'll see when you're in different platforms, it has a different bit of a feel each time. In Discord, I mean, right now, having these faces, all these pictures in front of us, having a voice chat, it's different each and every platform that we go into. So I encourage everyone to follow us around.
Sounds good. And talking about like exciting stuff for our community, did you check out the Fountain Protocol, the new lending?
Yes. Yeah. I really liked that demo that we had the other day. Did you see that where they demoed like the whole lending process? I love it. Like this is when I first saw lending in blockchain and using your tokens as collateral and having this faucet, like that to me was like powerful to be able to do this on your own without needing approval from a bank. You don't have to go and set up an awkward meeting. You don't have to do anything. And if you believe in your asset, like Rose, you don't have to sell it. Right? If you're in a bind, you're like, okay, I'll leverage. I'll use what I need. I'll get it back. I'll release my loan, and you never sold your Rose tokens. That's the key, right? Like lending in crypto, the extension of what DeFi is, this is really exciting. So Fountain Protocol is our first native lending protocol, and I'm really excited for this to be on our ecosystem because it is absolutely necessary in a DeFi ecosystem to have this option available for people.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm like a giant DeFi overall, like a degen, and like what I really like about this is because holding Rose, the risk always like putting it in like it depends what you really want to do, but for me it's some kind of like trading or like yielding strategies. Like you don't necessarily want to pool it, and you don't want to have like exposure to two assets because the ratio changes and there's all the impermanent loss stuff going on. So it doesn't work for everything, and like this is super interesting because then I can just keep my Rose and get yield on it.
Yep, absolutely. And for the people that are thinking, like, how does that work? It's like, well, for these liquidity pools where you have to have pairings, you have to have two assets. But if you don't want to sell the one asset to hold two assets, you can borrow against your one asset to possess the two assets to then participate in liquidity pools without ever selling your one asset. That's what we're talking about. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for those that are like, what? Are you serious? Like, that's the evolution of DeFi. We are taking back what the banks do to us with our own money behind our eyes. Like, we don't realize that's the power of finance, money making money. You don't get rid of your money. Like the wealthy in the world, they use their assets to make more assets. They use interest against other loans to keep their assets making them money. You don't want to get rid of your snowball. Your snowball makes you more money. Therefore, you loan against your snowball so that other people take risk. It's like that's the whole game of finance, is keeping your money yours and getting other people to loan you assets that underperform, or you out-earn the interest of those other loans based on your larger goose egg or your snowball earning you more money.
Oh my God, John, I'm starting to think like, would you have, your career choice wise, like banking doesn't sound too bad for you, to be honest.
Thanks. I did an early stint in finance. I really liked it. Like helping people understand how to make money or even just what's happening with their money that to me, I was very lucky. At 19 years old, I had a few individuals that were like, "Hey, check these strategies out." Like, I looked in the insurance business and mutual funds and sig funds, and it just having that curtain pulled up and seeing how the system was designed by rich people for rich people to keep their money. It's like, that's why DeFi is important today, because people don't realize that the centralized financial traditional systems are built for people that want to keep their wealth, and to keep people without it not having it. It's just all the same. And so DeFi, seeing and knowing that early education in my life, being able to look at DeFi, these are evolved tactics that give the user the advantages that the banks traditionally have. And I think that's one of the things that strikes people as really fascinating, is they almost see it as too good to be true. It's like, what do you mean I can unlock my TVL? It's like, how that seems unfair, that you can have an asset, stake it, and then unlock the total value, like value locked within that stake, have 80% back to go do something with. It's like, people think that doesn't seem fair, that you get magic free money, but it's like, that's what happens in the traditional world. You're just the one taking loans and being on the end of not receiving any of these kickbacks. Like, other people use their money to do this on an everyday basis. We just don't have enough of it to participate. But DeFi gives us the ability to do that. And when you look at the other side of the lending, I mean, like, maybe you want to be a lender. You would never be able to do that in the traditional banking world without a bank or the government saying, sure, yeah, you can do that. And you have all these checks for cash and these small lenders. And in America, that's a plague. It's like a huge fraud system where they take advantage of people with high interest, 30-day, advances on these short-term loans. And DeFi gives us the ability to make things fair. It gives people with, $10,000 the ability to say, hey, I'm going to loan this out and make a little bit of percentage back. Like, we don't have to become billionaires to be able to participate in a fair lending ecosystem. So this is really exciting. But I appreciate that. Banking, I mean, that's, I think, one of the reasons why I got into blockchain. It's like dollars, money, like the way the whole world works. It's like, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, it's super exciting. Getting access to those advanced financial tools. It's like a superpower in the end, You have your own economic superpower. Like, one of the interesting things.
If you think about like being a cyborg, like having access to these types of tools and technology, it allows us to elevate to a level that we would never be able to participate without the technology. So it's like finance 3.0. I mean, I know it's DeFi 2.0, but I look at DeFi as evolving financial systems.
Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of it, and like I'm guessing like a much more in this new hackathon as well that we're running.
Yes.
Like, that was a dev post, I think, right? It's
dev post. Yeah, it's going to be oasis.devpost.com, and maybe we can give Fountain Protocols link out just in case. We've got information on our Medium page. If you go to our Medium page, you'll see the titles: Fountain Protocol launches on Oasis Network with a liquidity mining program. Take a look. It's a one-stop platform for managing DeFi assets. Take a look at Fountain. It's ftp.cash/home. ftp.cash would work. And you can see there, they've got over 30.5 million in TVL. So it's like, that total value locked is pretty impressive for our first lending platform that's just starting out.
Actually, easy. It's been out for like a week or so.
Yeah.
Not a very long time, yeah.
Not a very long time at all. And I mean, here we are just telling people about it now. So take a look there. But then moving forward into our hackathon, I mean, like, the goal of this is to raise brand awareness of Oasis within the developer community. I mean, plain and simple, this is really exciting. It's an opportunity to grow the Oasis app ecosystem and increase TVL.
Yeah, I think for this one, the main focus, what we're really gonna see, I think the outcome of this is like this DeFi 2.0 or 3.0, or whatever the the next generation of DeFi is after the DEX and the DEXs and the lending, and then a lot of play to earn gaming companies. So we're like,
yeah, those are the two topics.
Yeah.
And we could have DeFi 3.0. We've got a pretty cool award called the DeFi Mover Award. And that could be someone, that's whoever can move the DeFi industry forward. Like, we're really looking for advancement here, but we're really looking for products too. This is an opportunity to get a huge grant. I mean, if you look at our prize pool, 200,000, some people might be thinking, oh, like, that's not comparable to some of the $1 million prize pools out there. But it actually is. Our maximum prize per team is exactly the same as the other layer ones. We just have more specific, more focused prizes that are going to lead towards a lot of mentorship, a lot of community integration. I mean, these are fine-tuned awards for developers and builders that really want to dig in, to have a future business and really do something on our network with some big support. So we could have DeFi 3.0 born here, but DeFi 2.0 and play to earn gaming is huge right now. And we're really looking for that to come over to our network.
Yeah, and it's super exciting. Like, looking already at like DeFi Llama, there's already 10 protocols listed there, you know? So like looking at the DeFi 2.0, which always builds on these different kind of protocols, so the DEXs and the lending and whatever, like there's so much room already. Like there's so much space now.
Crazy. Well, we could really use some community support on this, because this is going to be a measure of, honestly, community engagement. We're looking for teams, we're looking for community developers. We really want to foster and nurture the community requests of what they want to see built. I mean, hackathons are an opportunity not just for developers, but for the entire community to understand what people are excited about, and for developers to have community support to say, this is what we'd like to see, and this is something that I'm willing to back. Sometimes the best community projects come from hackathons where developers don't realize that they have something that the community is genuinely excited about and will genuinely back with full support and dedication. So this is an opportunity. I'm really excited for it. Gaming is a huge part of my life, and I'm really excited for the evolution of blockchain gaming on Oasis. I want to be obsessed with blockchain games that make me money on our network. That would be, I guess that would be 24/7 Oasis at that point.
Yeah.
All my free time.
Yeah, man. I'm waiting for those land drops. Like, I want to own a piece of like this digital real estate in an Oasis network-based game. Like, I'm waiting for
figure
that.
this out. I know.
Yeah.
It's so popular, and we have so much opportunity on our network for that type of advancement. Oh my goodness. We can add privacy into the mix. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to think. Like, personally, I would love to own a high rise. Like, that's one of my goals in life is to be a high rise owner or a tower builder. And I think digitally, that's probably the most feasible option for me. I would get some digital land and just build up, and I'll build my little penthouse tower up in my digital universe.
Yeah, but you know, the cool thing is like we have now, like in the acceleration program, we have one company that's doing literally like tokenizing real estate. And then, you know, you can have next to it a virtual real estate company that's selling land and these high rises and whatever apartments there. You know? Just thinking about that, like existing side by side, the virtual and the physical assets is just like somehow mind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a pretty neat industry. Because you could sell, if you were to layer the two businesses on top of each other, you could go out and just sell absolutely anything in the physical world and then just layer it with a beautiful virtual package on top of it. Like, I know it looks a little rough, but just sit right here. You just put this headset on. This is a beautiful digital view. That would be like the new form of renovating. It'd be like, we'll just pair it with a nice virtual real estate package.
Yeah, that's so true though. You have like a whole wall full of like what do you say, like TV screens or like screens, or then you do the virtual reality thing.
Totally.
Oh my God. You know, there was an episode of like Black Mirror about this, I think.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. There's so much stuff that was on that show that people are like, oh, that's going to happen. And some of it has happened.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that stuff. Futurism. Speaking of futurism, decentralized exchanges on Oasis. I mean, Uniswap is still doing really well. did we want to? Oh, you know what though? We should put the application form for the hackathon because that's important.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, let's share that.
Yeah. We should put this somewhere. Should we post this in the general Discord?
Where do we, like, is there a way to post in this chat here? Like, I'm still like a Discord newbie in this. I just like, I see the requests, but I don't see a way to post on the stage.
I don't think you can.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, it's like oasis.devpost.com.
Yeah, and the application form. It's bit.ly/3 capital MD lowercase r 3 lowercase h3. It's super simple.
Yeah, you know.
Super simple.
Yeah. It's easy to remember. There's 3 threes in the code, you know.
Yeah, there's 3 threes. There's a capital M and a D, a lowercase r and an h. Super simple.
Yeah.
But UsuSwap, it's our first decentralized exchange on Oasis, and I know that there's some incredible dexes right now, but this is the one that we verified from day one, the one that we worked with and support, swapping between Ethereum-based and Oasis-based tokens, and there's liquidity pools and pairs. I urge you to check it out. Like, this is an opportunity for a lot of people that have never experienced DeFi. Before you get into lending, before you get into the craziness of unlocking the value of your own money and like experimenting with that whole world, which I urge you to do at your own risk, not financial advice. But check out UsuSwap as well. It's app.usu-swap.com, and you can participate and earn liquidity through trade mining rewards and various other ways that you can see there. So have you experienced that yourself, Ekin? Have you tried using?
Yeah, I did try that actually. The experience was overall pretty seamless. Using the wormhole bridge, I bridged some assets from Ethereum and then I put it in Yuzu. It took me like, I think it was around maybe 2 to 5 minutes to get all the assets there and get the pair going. It wasn't really like difficult at all, to be honest.
Yeah, it's quick. I think the biggest thing that people struggle with is understanding the way that our wallet system works with the different paradigms, like consensus layer, and then like the different paradigms having Emerald and having what is it? Parcel? No, Cipher.
Yes.
Cipher's the other one, right?
Yeah, but the good thing is like with Yuzu, it directly plugs into Emerald, so it doesn't like, you don't need to transfer assets anywhere between the consensus and the Emerald.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. In the future, it will make a lot more sense when we have more and more paradigms and you're understanding that they're going between different computation environments. But it's computer science. It's really fun. But for Yuzu, it's got a voting system for governance of the funds collected with 20% of the transaction fees. So that's healthy.
Yeah. It's good, and I think they increased the liquidity, the pool rewards very recently. So I think there was the listing of USD as well. So the Terra stablecoin came, and I think things are looking pretty positive with that.
That's fantastic. Check that out, UsuSwap. So we've gone over some really fun things with the Reddit treasure hunt, Fountain Protocol, the hackathon that's really exciting coming up for DeFi and play to earn gaming, and then UsuSwap, just another highlight for that team there. But we'll talk about the ambassador program for a second. This is another opportunity for us to just highlight some of our most incredible community supporters. This is the core of our community. And for any of our supporters in this audience now that aren't part of that ambassador program, just the fact that you're here listening to this talk with Ekin and I, supporting the project, supporting the network, you may have something there for you in the ambassador program, because this is like-minded individuals. It's our strongest supporters, the biggest encouragers of our network. And it's an opportunity for you to earn Rose just from supporting us and being a part of the network and doing things that you love to do anyways. So we've got over 500 ambassadors, including our China division. And that's really exciting because we are expanding. As I mentioned at the beginning about our hiring, we're expanding our Spanish community and we're our French community, both with community managers to manage those ambassadors. So as we grow regional presence with our ambassadors, it demands for a community manager, and we grow in those regions exponentially. So it's really exciting. Over 500 ambassadors, and it's the way of our community to really empower each department. So a lot more feedback coming in, and we really encourage you to apply. So we have that on our website, actually. Let me just get it proper for you. And we just redid our website, actually. Kudos to our team there for a redesign on a lot of the drop downs and the way that it looks. But it says get involved. Click on become an ambassador. It's oasisprotocol.org/ambassador-program. Apply there. It's a fantastic program, and it really has something for everybody. So I encourage you to do that. And yeah, do you have anything else, Ekin, you want to talk about before we dive into some questions?
Well, I do actually I do have to mention the BD ambassadors,
Yes.
being from the BD team,
Yes.
So John, I just have to ask you, what was the result of the tier 2 ambassadors, or like how is it looking in terms of integrating and stuff like that?
The BD Tier 2 ambassadors has been a
Yeah.
phenomenal success story. Every
Right,
single
man.
one of our
Yeah.
BD ambassadors has part-time contracts with us, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but
Yeah.
we promoted one of them to be a full-time BD team member to manage the BD ambassador program because it's doing so well. Our Tier 1 program has a new wave of recruits in it. They're all fantastic applicants, already accepted and already doing great things. But the BD Tier 2s, they've all elevated to be working professionals, and they're doing fantastic with almost 100% hiring percentage. So we're really proud of this program, the way it's bringing and filtering talent to the top. And it's a great, thanks for mentioning that, because that is a subdivision inside the ambassador program itself. And the ambassador program is designed to be an on-ramp for people to earn experience and get into blockchain, get some jobs in blockchain. So we've got the BD marketing masters, the BD ambassadors, and then we're going to have in the future, we've got a whole translation division, and we're going to be making a writers division. Like there's a lot of exciting things that come out of the ambassador program, but it's a talent pool, and it's where our greatest supporters come from. Even all the moderators, like there's so much opportunity that comes out of our ambassador program, including jobs with other ecosystem partners. UzuSwap is a great example of that. Their moderators come from our ambassador program because they come to us and they say, hey, we need support. Do you have anybody from the community side that you recommend? And, for me personally, I recommend first and foremost our ambassadors. So I really appreciate them, and I really encourage everybody in this audience, if you're not already an ambassador, please check that out.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty clear that the hiring process for us in the at the foundation and also on the companies that we work with, it's kind of moving more and more towards the ambassadors, because we it's so clear that the dedication and the talent of people who know you, they stick with us, they do the tasks that are asked of them, and they get compensated. We kind of see who are in it for the long term, who really want to stick there and want to kind of get their career kicked off there. So it's amazing to see that people are getting the best out of it, and that they get to join the team, and that they're excited. It's like a very rewarding thing for us at the foundation to do that.
Yeah, people put in the time, they learn the project, they know what they're talking about when they come to their interviews. It's like an incredible opportunity with today's modern decentralized tokenized businesses that, quite frankly, this is another example of proving that community has this superpower that never existed before in business, that allows for people to get close to a project, to learn the project, to get to know the team, and then get their skills to the point where they can contribute. It's incredible. This didn't exist before, and I'm really proud of our program for providing that for people.
Yeah, man, it's great for sure. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Shall we move to the next segment?
Yeah, let's have some questions. Duong's been waiting a while. Let's get this guy down here. Since the beginning, hopefully he's here. We'll get you down. Some questions. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Sean. Hi, Ekin.
Hey, how's it going? Cool, we got some feedback.
Can you hear me good, guys?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, I have a few questions.
Sure, start.
The first, why we don't need to be afraid of free stuff. I'm conscious that Oasis itself may come under attack from government pretty soon. What do you think? And the second question, uh, about crypto market right now. Uh, I'm a newbie and I want to your viewpoint about crypto market right now. And the last question, if you were to summarize your project in, Oasis in Onward, what will it be and why? Thanks.
Thanks, Tony. I appreciate that. All right, so we got 3 questions. What would we do if the government came after us? Is it a concern? Honestly, Duong, we are probably one of the best situated projects in all of blockchain for government integration or involvement, and that's because we built a privacy platform, not a privacy token. It's a fantastic question because when you talk about privacy blockchains and the concern of government, there is real concern. If you don't provide an opportunity for governments to have a fair data economy, then governments won't adopt that system. But we've built a fair data ecosystem that allows for government involvement. You'll be able to have integration with fair play for the users and the government trying to have fair citizen integration within their ecosystem of finance, voting, data rights, all of this stuff. So that's a great question. Ekin, did you want to take?
Yeah. There was the one with the crypto market. That's actually a very good question, and also a tough one because like the crypto market is like the sentiment goes up and down with the market cap. But the good thing is that we're in a kind of a phase with Oasis where we're building and we're bringing companies. So for us, it's not about like looking at how the market goes up and down, but it's about delivering results. And results for us is delivering the companies that build in the network and the kind of traction that we've been seeing. I mean, looking at like we launched in January, essentially, with the wormhole and the first decks. Like we've so far seen, 20 projects essentially, like are already integrated, fully functional in the mainnet. And we're expecting like somewhere around 50 projects probably by the end of this first half of the year to more to integrate. So I think like what our mind is at or where is at is building. Like we're really focused in now delivering onto the community what we've been talking about all these years in building. So yeah, the market goes up and down, but we're gonna keep our head focused and we're gonna deliver results.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And as someone that's been in crypto for a long time, these markets, they're tough. They go up, they go down. We've seen multiple bears within, mainstream crypto, which we still believe has a long way to go before proper mass adoption of real mainstream. So keep your head up, make some smart decisions, do your homework, do your research, and, try not to FOMO and do anything crazy. But keep your head up. The fact that you're in this industry, the fact that you're educating yourself about the leading blockchains and about the education side of things, I mean, you're already giving yourself a leg up on the traditional society. And I think just keep with it. Like everybody that's early adopters in blockchain, like even if you reset in life right now, you're still at an advantage over other people to change your life versus the traditional methods of doing so. So, yeah. That's my little 2 cents on that. If you got burned recently, keep your head up.
Yeah, we've all been there, That's
Yep, it's true. How would you summarize Oasis in one word? Well, this is a challenge for me because if you use the word privacy, I don't think it properly encapsulates the broad use case of our fair data economy. So I think the word fair is a better word than privacy because privacy still alludes towards that one-sided like, this is mine, you can't see it. Our network allows for fair privacy, like a fair usage of the internet in a way that's never been done before. And I think that's the education factor that we really need to get into the community's minds to spread mass adoption. Is we are providing a fair data ecosystem that incorporates privacy for the first time in history, to be able to give governments, traditional enterprise, we're able to rewrite the way that we use the internet. Web 2 and centralization and forfeiting your data rights. I mean, this is all stuff that we empower the change for. And the one word that comes to me and that we all want is to be treated fair. What about you? What's your word? I know fair doesn't really cover it, but I'm gonna get one.
Yeah. I'm so appreciate. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Young.
All right, who do we got next?
Yeah, I'm seeing Elon Musk as the next one.
It's a play on words. It's
Elon
Musk.
Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon
Yeah.
Musk. Let's get you down.
I was already reading it. Elon Musk.
Yeah, that last one's tough because I like the word privacy for us, but then at the same time, it just doesn't get the whole picture.
Yeah, and we get associated with like privacy coins with that word.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, you could also just call us the evolution of privacy.
Yeah.
But that's 3 words. Hey, Elon Musk, how's it going? Welcome on stage.
Hey. Can you hear me
Hey,
now?
how's it going? Yes, you're on.
Cool. So we want to ask one question about design legend and blueprint for admin wallet. We got the next wallet to support the root token, please.
I was having trouble hearing that. There was a lot of cut off. Could you
I
repeat,
don't
Elon,
think I
please?
understood anything.
Excuse me?
I think we're only hearing like partial words. I think your mic's only picking up a part of what you're saying. Sorry, Elo. We might have to give you another try after. I really didn't understand your question. Maybe if you type it, and we can read it.
Yeah, that could actually work, like to type it somewhere in the general chats.
Yeah, just type it in general. Type it in the general chat and we'll read it out loud. But let's bring down NG. Bring down NG.
Hello, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Oh, I have 2 questions for you.
All right, let's hear them.
Question 1: what the define need for privacy? How the OSIS network privacy commitment have defined application? And question 2: is it possible to invoke smart contracts as well as exchange messages by communication? Sorry, my English is
I
not
didn't
good.
hear the last question. I got the first one, can Oasis Privacy help DeFi? And that's exciting because Cypher is going to change DeFi and everything about it. And I'd love to answer that question. But what was the second one?
So, question 1 is, what's the DeFi need for privacy? How the OSIS network privacy commitment have DeFi application?
Yeah, I got that one. What was the other question? Okay, we'll just answer that one. Oasis could change privacy. Yeah, go ahead, Ekin. This is a good one.
Yeah, and I think the second question was something related to interchain communications and smart contracts. Something around there. I think that was the thing. But yeah. let me just kick it off quickly, and I'll. So yeah, I mean, with the privacy, I mean, technically, like we enable it by using the trusted execution environments, which allows to execute the smart contracts in a kind of a black box environment. And that allows those privacy features to for the developer to when they define how the architecture of the application works. And then for the interchain communication, so we have a couple of bridges, 3 bridges enabled currently. So we have the multi-chain, we have AnySwap, multi-chain, wormhole, and C-bridge. And those allow to kind of transfer the assets. So there's, for a developer, it's possible to take assets from Ethereum, for example, or their users to bring them up and then work like that. Yeah, sorry, I went in and rushed there, John.
Yeah, I know, that's fine. Keep going. Do you want to take the one about the smart contract?
Yeah, that part I wasn't so clear, but I think maybe it alluded to the cross-chain smart contract calls, which we are gonna support in the Oasis network across paradigms. So there will be a module to actually call smart contracts from another paradigm, but that's still being developed.
Yeah, and that will be big. Cross-paradigm communication will be big in the future. But I really appreciate the question about privacy helping DeFi in the future and Oasis's role in DeFi. If you consider everything that we talked about with lending and collateralization, and if you put up 10,000, you can be a lender, that's fantastic. And it works with a very simple A, B equals C formulation. But when you start digging into under-collateralized loans and very complex credit systems, privacy is integral in those systems being functional. You can't have credit scores and proper, true, traditional finance without privacy. It just doesn't exist. And if you're going to put assets on chain and start evolving the space of being able to use your mortgage or something that's, your real estate assets to be able to take loans, they're going to want to know what your address is. They're going to want to know how much is that worth and all the different things, your title of deed, all these things that you would never put on a public blockchain. So having privacy is fundamental in the evolution of traditional finance being able to use decentralized finance. So it's really, really important. Thank you for your question. That's a great question. We'll move on to the next one. We've got a few more. And Vic, if you want to come down, and then we'll get Patrick.
Oh,
How's it going, Vic?
you can
Hey.
you can understand me?
Yeah, I can.
No,
I'll do my best. What is your question today?
I have my question. If you can listen to it, or is the internet very bad?
No, I can hear you. The internet is bad, but let's
Okay.
do it anyways. Let's give it a shot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just had the same doubt than my previous talker. I want to know if in phone time protocol we will be able to do under collateralization with Cipher. That's the first question. The other question is if there is any upcoming play-to-earn game in Oasis.
Yeah. There is actually. Someone posted the very first play-to-earn game yesterday. Ekin, you showed me that game yesterday. I don't know if we can endorse it because I don't know if it's official, but people are already starting to do this. And let's take the first one first. Fountain Protocol, are they going to do under-collateralized loans using Cipher? They will be a candidate the moment smart contracts are enabled. Our existing DEXs and they're all candidates to build on Cipher. So I can't say that 100% they're going to do it. I don't know if that's the case, but they would definitely be reached out to, and the team would give support to any of the DEXs or any of the Paradigm dApps that want to use Cipher in the future, because obviously that's really important, and they would be the go-to teams that would already have experience in the network to be able to do that. So that's really exciting. But if you remember early in our, right after mainnet, we had some amazing partnerships that were announced that could also be really exciting. The Fountain Protocol definitely is where the excitement is right now. And so that you can probably
Yeah.
you can probably have some good confidence that they're going to be a really good contender, especially since they're the only and the first lending platform. So that's really exciting. Ekin, did you want to talk
Yeah,
about the
they are
play to
doing
earn?
great stuff with partnering.
Yeah, it is. It is great stuff, and I'm excited. The moment Cypher unlocks, like this is exciting stuff for people around the world to be able to have these tools, these financial tools available to them. And for the people that think, oh, some of these tools are available already, when you look at the fees, when you look at the transaction speeds, when you look at what we're trying to build for the future, the longevity of our ecosystem, these are really important building blocks and pieces to the long-term focus of where we're going. And when you can do with virtually no fees what is happening in traditional finance, it's incredible the power that this is going to give to third world countries, to people that don't have bank accounts with traditional banking, that don't operate on a daily basis with large sums of money. This is really, really valuable to people.
Yeah, and to just go into the second question that Vic, you asked about the play to earn gaming. So we did see, I think it was literally the first community build project already announced, and that was yesterday, like 24 hours ago, that they're developing and gonna launch in
I didn't
Q2.
see it. Sorry.
Sorry, Vic?
That I did not see the announcement yesterday.
Yeah.
So really, I slept and woke up just right a few hours ago.
Yeah. So we didn't announce this one. This is a full community project. And that's why I'm being really hesitant on giving it a plug, because like we just learned about this and I don't want anybody to think that, either way we're endorsing it or not endorsing it. But there is a project out right now that it's it's on the Oasis network. They're claiming it's the next generation of play to earn. And I don't know, should we say what it is?
Like,
It's a community project. I mean, they tagged us on Twitter.
I know, like, but we've been getting so much challenges with the this very specific topic who we mentioned. I think we should perhaps be prudent here. But so here's what I can say though. To the project developers, if they are listening, to any other project developers, by the way, engage us, talk to us, and work with us so we can mention you. Like, the thing is, we need to know that if we mention any project from the foundation side, we need to know the code is audited, the project is legit, it's not a rug pull, and we can only do that by working together and collaborating with the team, having a back and forth information flow and having the code audited. This is something that's extremely important to us. And once we are comfortable with that and we know that this is not going to be something that backfires to the community, then we're okay mentioning, So to the project's developers, if you guys are out there, this would be my recommendation if you want to get some sort of collaboration and promo and stuff. And
Absolutely.
To any other project.
And this is also an opportunity for me to mention, this goes to unofficial endorsement as well. It's not just projects that want official endorsement, that want grants, that want to work with the official team. This is for any project that wants to work with our community or have ambassador support or get into our unofficial channels and just be a community project in our ecosystem. Go to the oasisrose.garden. It's our community garden for the ecosystem. Go to the useful links. There's a collaboration form. Fill that out. Let us know you are looking for unofficial endorsement from the ambassadors and the community, and we will have a meeting. I'll meet with you personally with my team, and we'll figure out how we can support you as a community project that doesn't need official endorsement, but you guys can run your own project, do your own thing. Our ambassadors can be aware about you, and you can have a jump start to your platform or your project.
Yeah, we're here to help in literally any possible way. Like, we usually go around all the hoops to be able to help projects in our community. That's
true.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vic. Thanks for coming down and sharing the stage. Really appreciate your questions.
Thank you.
All right, Patrick. Thanks for waiting. We've got a few more after that. Dennis, Olo. How's it going, Patrick?
Thanks for doing this. You kind of answered this, but just as Uniswap was developed in partnership with the Oasis Foundation for Emerald, is there a privacy-preserving DEX in the works of Cypher?
Yeah, I can kick off by saying that there's one company in one of the acceleration programs that is working on something around there at least. That's something that I know from the thing, and I know that some of the existing teams have aspirations in that direction. That it ties very closely to also the Cypher development kind of roadmap and the timelines there. But the smart contracts are actually, the confidential smart contracts are available on testnet. It's possible to actually even like start developing today, essentially, all those features.
Yeah, and that's an exciting question. I appreciate it. Thank you for waiting and for being here in our event. I've been shocked every single opportunity that the community has had to have a first, they've taken it, right? So even if we say, oh yeah, we got one in the works, they're going to be the first, I would not be surprised if a community project sniped them like an hour before they launched, just like every other project that's come out. It's like the community is so hungry and they're so savvy and they know the opportunity that's here of being the leader or being the first on an ecosystem. And so it just would not surprise me if there was a team in the background that had been working on this for a while, that held off from launching a regular DEX, that has been working on a privacy DEX, and it just wouldn't shock me.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Dennis. Let's get you down here, Dennis. We got a couple more and we'll wrap up. Really appreciate everyone sticking around today.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Dennis. Can you hear me out?
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
I just caught COVID and my sound might come to you a bit bad. Sorry about that.
Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear you got COVID.
Yeah, thanks. I was pretty careful, but yeah, So here's my question.
All right.
We launched Oasis Bloom Hackathon. Congrats for it, first of all. And I want to ask that, what do you think of the dApps and the projects that are built on Oasis right now? And what do you expect from the Oasis Bloom Hackathon? I mean, there have been building contests for a while, like the users upcoming and the other projects developing. What do you think of the former projects? What did they lack, or what do you expect from the Oasis Bloom Hackathon? Thanks for it in advance.
Thanks, Dennis. That's a great question and thorough. First, obviously every project within the ecosystem we appreciate and we respect to the utmost degree because they're helping push our ecosystem forward, and many of them have helped us be the first on the ecosystem, which has been integral in the next steps of the network. So we really appreciate that. I wouldn't say anything negative about any of those projects or what they lack. I can say that each of them, we've been able to take magnifying glass and look at the way that we integrated, look at what we've done, take the feedback from the community, and like I mentioned earlier, the superpower that we are, the community, we take what you guys tell us you appreciate, what you'd like to see, and we incorporate it into the next rounds. So looking at this hackathon, what are we hoping to receive? We're hoping to receive the types of projects that the community is asking for. We want to know, play to earn gaming. Games don't do well without users or without community support, right? And so this is an opportunity for our community to tell themselves what they want to see. Developers come to hackathons for, majority of the reason they're attracted to hackathons based on community support and building on an ecosystem that will have the financial backing as well as the community backing. So this is an opportunity for us with the Bloom Hackathon to show the developers from the community side that we are there to support their projects. So what do I hope comes out of that? I hope that we get a viral game, for one, that the community loves, that they love playing, that gives us events and, ways of connecting, like maybe some NFT gaming project that gives us the ability for all us to have the same NFT PFPs, like, something that bonds us. That's, for me, as the community lead, I would love to see something that bonds the community in a very passionate way. And then for the DeFi side of things, I'd love to see something that evolves the space in a special way that really, I mean, I know privacy is going to be where we unlock things for that unique opportunity, but I'd love to see us have something on Oasis that is really important, utilizing our low gas fees and the opportunity that we have on the Oasis network versus the Ethereum network for evolving that space into having mass adoption. I really hope that we have some type of move forward in that. I mean, that's why we have a couple of awards around that. But that's my 2 cents. I really hope on the community side we get something that bonds us in a really fun, passionate way where it's a game that we all just are really excited about.
Thanks, John. Really appreciate the question. Really appreciate the answer.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that's pretty much. Thanks.
Thank you. Poole, how's it going? Get you down here.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. My question would be about something somebody earlier went into this direction, but I want to go a little bit deeper in the interoperability aspect because as far as I know, Oasis is built on the Cosmos SDK, and in earlier roadmaps there was the plan to adapt the IPC protocol. Are these plans active anymore, or do we have any information, or do you know something we don't about the implementation of the IBC protocol and the opening into the Cosmos ecosystem, not by Bridge, but by IBC?
Yeah, well, first I gotta roll back to your early statement about us being built on the Cosmos ecosystem. We're actually not built on the Cosmos ecosystem. That's a common misunderstanding and is actually written incorrectly on numerous websites that say that we're part of the Cosmos ecosystem. We share the Tendermint code, but we actually rewrote the Tendermint code to be a very custom code base for Oasis specifically. So we're kind of like cousins with the Cosmos ecosystem, but we're actually not part of the Cosmos ecosystem. And we in fact improved the Tendermint code with the security upgrade that upstream improved the Cosmos ecosystem as well as our ecosystem. So you could say that, you know, we are contributors to ensuring that Tendermint, Cosmos, and everyone that uses Tendermint is on the best practices, but we in fact are our own ecosystem. We are our own layer one, and in the future, like Cosmos, we will in fact have our own Oasis ecosystem where people use, you know, our code base. And the difference is that having consensus split from computation is that we share governance. We essentially solved governance and consensus for our ecosystem. Paratimes and node operators and computation nodes that come down the line, they don't have to worry about these issues. And I think that's one of the misconceptions is why people think that we're part of the Cosmos ecosystem, is because really we built a very unique ecosystem that we don't have to talk about ever. Like, it's just done. It's just in the background. Governance solved, consensus solved, move on. So we get labeled as being part of the Cosmos ecosystem a lot because, you know, it's just something in the background years ago that we don't talk about anymore. But this comes up a lot, that people think we're part of Cosmos because of Tendermint and because of a lot of the misconception out there with articles that were written that were never corrected. But to your real question about interoperability with IPC, that's still on our roadmap. It's something that we still want to do. We still want to tap into the Cosmos ecosystem and have, you know, a pairtime bridge or whatever that allows you guys that are Cosmos supporters to work between the ecosystems and to benefit one another. Interoperability is always, we've always said we believe in a multi-chain future. Interoperability is very important, and, you know, we really appreciate the Cosmos ecosystem. We've done events together. We did a DeFi hackathon together back in the day at San Francisco Blockchain Week. So we will continue to be cousins, and I believe that will still be a focus on the roadmap. So you should see that in the future, but I do not have an update currently on that.
Yeah, maybe I can jump in here. So, you know, Cosmos is a great ecosystem. We appreciate everything that they've done. You know, the Tendermint team, the Cosmos core team, I think they've definitely been a big contributor. And, you know, there is some, let's say, so we're essentially we're mapping out with some parties how to go about the IBC integration currently ongoing. Cannot say any names or anywhere where those discussions are, but so that to answer properly your question, yes, that is actually ongoing at the moment. We'll hopefully have some news about that in the coming weeks. But yeah, indeed, we look forward to let's say being able to bridge Oasis and Cosmos, and that's being worked on at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Right, let's see here.
We got two more.
Yeah, one more, and then we got Elon Musk that's back with his original question about wallets, which I probably don't have a good answer for him, but we're going to cover it anyways.
I'm seeing Goonix is home.
Goonix, how's it going?
Well, I don't know how you managed to get Gunix right, considering the VAR home before it. So congrats on getting the name right.
Thanks.
Also, congrats on like Oasis. I think it's like absolutely amazing. And you said something earlier about audit, and the question is, let's say somebody has a project, a crypto game or something related to crypto or smart contracts and so on, and they want to release it, but they don't have budget to like hire an auditing team and so on. Would like developers that worked on Oasis do some code review and audit it, or what's the best practice? Are like the developers responsible of getting their audit from a third party?
Yeah. So let me just start answering this question, and I'm sure John has something to add. But so we support audits with the grants program. So if you have an application that you want to release to the community, we want to make sure that it's safe and it's audited. So we have a grants program for specifically this kind of use case. And also, in some occasions, we've had some of the developers do some of the security audits themselves from our end, but that's much less common than, let's say, supporting, one of the known auditing companies that actually does the grant on the application.
So basically, the plan would be do the app, apply from the grant, use the grant to get the audit, and after that, release. And I guess after that, the app will get somehow promoted through the existing Oasis community.
Yeah, it's very close to that. I would say, don't let it hold you back. If you need an audit, you need an audit. And either you're going to find private investors or however you're going to do that to get that audit. But if you can't and you have your code base and you think it's good to go, apply for that grant. Put down on the roadmap that you're going to be using the funds for the audit. You got to break it real down. It's obviously a business proposal, but don't let that strike fear in you. Audits are part of the game, and it's something that's going to happen eventually if you want support. And so just plan for that. It's something that you can come to us and you can say, hey, this is the stage we're at. We need this done. And if it makes sense for us to support you through that, then it's a conversation that we can have. So like Ekin and I said, we're here to help projects in the ecosystem. We are wanting people to succeed. And if you come to us with a well thought out roadmap, with a well thought out plan and proposal that says, hey, this is the stage we're at, all we're lacking is some funding. Maybe you don't need the full shebang. Maybe you got half of the funds that your team can put up. That would even show better favor that you didn't come to us and say, hey, I need the whole thing for an audit. It shows that you're willing to put your money where your mouth is, and you're going to pay for half the audit yourself because you know what you're doing is better in the long run. So, it's a conversation. I'm not saying either or. It's obviously an application, it's a proposal, but don't let that stop you. Set your sights high. We want to support projects on the network and reach out to us and just, start a communication, collaboration. I think that's something that I should rewind and just emphasize to everybody. Start communication with us because we want to help you. So even this type of conversation right now, you come to us with your pitch, you tell us what you're doing, you fill out that collaboration form, and we have a one-on-one conversation just like this. Instead of it being an AMA, it's like an actual business meeting where we're helping you get forward.
Sounds great, and thank you for your time. So I'll come when I have like a demo of the app. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great. And you don't even have to wait that long. Join you're in the community. Join the ambassador program. Let us know, hey, John, this is what I'm working on. Start communication now. You don't have to wait until you got a demo. We'd love to hear about what you're working on, and maybe we can support you.
Yeah, definitely. If you're able to develop the application, you have the time, you're capable of doing it, just talk to us as soon as possible.
Okay, can I text you after this?
Yeah, man. Seriously, you
Yeah.
can. Like Meredith, Ronnie, like everyone in here, any of the moderators, like you can send me an email, john@oasisprotocol.org, just JON@oasisprotocol.org. And yeah, we'll set up a meeting. And like I said, the collaboration forum first and foremost, because that has all the questions I'm going to ask you anyways. So go to oasisrose.garden, go to the useful links, fill out the collaboration form, and that gives us an opportunity to know exactly what you're working on. Even if you don't have a sample website and all this stuff, you can just tell us in the description, and then there's also a field for you to tell us your intention and what you're looking for in the long run.
Sounds great, thanks.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Well, you don't have to tell me your name. Fill it out in the form. We won't dox you, Unix. Thank you so much. It's such a habit to ask for so many introductions. All right. Elon Musk, come back on stage. This is our last question, and then we'll say goodbye. And I found your question in general. Elo
Hello.
is asking us. Hello.
Elon Musk right here.
He's asking. Oh, I lost it. Nope, I found it.
Yes. My question. When
Side
using
pleasure.
your Oasis wallet, I threw it was complicated because of the consensus layer and Pratham layers. Transferring money to the MetaMask was also complicated. So, do you have any idea for the specification that could make the easier for people who are not familiar with this to understand?
Yeah, this is something that we're going to put more focus into. The documentation process, videos on how to do it. This is an education point for us. I think in the future, we hope that it's a lot easier on the user experience so that it's more seamless. But because of the way that our consensus layer is made with our computation layers, right now, there is that distinction that you have to differentiate which layer that you're trying to transfer onto. And I think that's where a lot of people are getting confused. But we're going to be doing better with our documentation and putting more focus on this. And like I mentioned earlier, we do have a jobs posting open for someone to handle the wallets themselves. So like we're putting more emphasis on wallets. We understand and heard the community say like this is a little bit confusing. And some people are sending funds to like the consensus layer on Binance and their funds are getting lost. And so we're aware of this issue and we're really trying to work on fixing it. But that's really all I can say about it right now is, it's a little bit of a growing pain because, this is the evolution of the way that our future paradigms will work. And like it's an advantage. But for now, we have to figure out how the user can also take advantage of this without it being a confusion point.
Wow. It's so great.
Thank you so much.
I have learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. All right, everybody. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for our AMA today. We've got, let's see here, what we're going to share. We've got a giveaway, which is lovely. So I'm going to leave that up to Minya and Meredith. They're going to handle that. We've got 500 USD in rows for the 10 best questions. And I've got them all written down here. Meredith, let's see here. Oh, they don't write their names down. Oh, they're all still here. Okay, I'm going to write this down really quickly. Kenji. That's an important part of our giveaway is these guys with questions.
Oh, I see. We also have Anka Rizan in this podium.
Oh, Anka, how's it going? Do we leave it so that people can just become speakers? I guess so. Well, I'm copying people's names down anyways, so. Anka, how's it going?
I actually think Anka can't raise her hand because she's a golden ambassador here, so she might have the right to just join.
Ah, Anka.
Okay.
Special privileges.
Okay, maybe one last question then.
Last question for our Golden Rose Ambassador. Privilege.
Thank you. I was actually wondering if maybe in the future you plan to hold a hackathon for the Cypher Paradigm as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's going to happen. And it's going to be exciting.
Definitely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I almost have everybody. I got Olo. I've got, okay, so NG, Patrick, Dennis, Gunix, Vic, Olo. Who else? Philo Must. Anka. You guys are awesome. Anybody? Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anybody. Duong. I missed Duong. I missed that guy. Waited the whole time.
Oh, we're doing the raffle, right?
I think. Then it says 10 best questions. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 questions. So
10.
yeah.
We
1,
have
2,
exactly 10.
But I only have 9 winners. I'm missing one.
I have them written down, all of them.
Diana's on it. All right. I'm wasting my time. Thank you, everybody, so much. Diana's on it. We're going to get that winning message out to you. You got to do KYC. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. This is a really intimate one. I know that the markets are really causing a lot of people to turn their back on crypto. But like I said, keep your head up. You're in the right place. You're trailblazers in this industry. And thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Thanks, Ekin. Thanks, Minya. Thanks, Diana. Thank you, Meredith.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Such a pleasure, and thank you, John. Thanks, Emilia. Thanks,
Thanks,
Diana.
guys. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Perfect. Bye.